today. Now I'm in the coldest room in the house. It's absolutely, oh hello, Mr. Patch has come to visit. I'm currently in the coldest room in the house, so I'm like wrapped up in like a million jumpers because my husband is upstairs sleeping because he's been working constantly through the nights, so I decided to leave him in peace. So yeah, today is my 35-week update, and so I'm going to be 36 weeks on Friday. And Patchy, you going to come up? Patch just decided he wants to come and be on camera. Say hi, Patch. Say hi to the subscribers. Say hi. Oh, yeah, we have, so yeah, today is my 35-week update and my 30th birthday. The week's pretty much been exactly the same as last week, except for there have been a few kind of differences and a few changes in things. So for example, I was getting Braxton Hicks right from the beginning. I mean, I could really feel them, particularly sort of around 20 weeks. And when I say Braxton Hicks, I mean real kind of tightenings, but no pain. I was getting no pain whatsoever. It was just really tight and in this kind of like ball on my belly. But I had no pain, nothing like that. Anyway, so then Monday, I had a really full day because my husband had come back Monday morning after working 24 hours, and he went to sleep, and I decided to get things done. So and also I noticed that that particular night I'd slept really well, which meant the baby hadn't been moving very much, which was quite unusual. And I woke up with really bad kind of like period pains. It's kind of how I would describe it, and pain in my back and pain in right down sort of in my groin kind of area. But I kind of just ignored it, just pushed it to the side. I just thought, you know, we're coming to the end of the pregnancy now, there's going to be tons of pains and sensations and all kinds of things, so I just didn't think anything of it. Went to visit a friend, and then from that point went off and decided to do the shop. Now the shop is something my husband does. I cannot stand shopping, I hate it so much, the food shopping that is, and that's usually his like chore, but because he was asleep and we needed food, I decided to do it myself. And I was driving around for ages trying to find this one particular shop, a Lidl, and I couldn't find it, and I was getting stressed, and the pain started to intensify. Now all day I was having twinges, but the pain got really bad, and I did actually think, oh wow, am I going into labour, like what's happening? I got really confused, but I still made the decision that even if I was in labour, I was going to finish the shopping. So I couldn't find Aldi's anywhere, I got really stressed out, ended up going to Sainsbury's, filling up the trolley with just stuff to try and I was selecting things that I don't normally pick, so more pickly type things, loads of fruit. I mean, I've really been craving fruits, that's been my biggest thing. That I would say I've been having any cravings, but I do want for more fruits, vegetables, fresh kind of things, I think watery things. I think I must be very dehydrated or something. So I was piling all those in, and the pain was just getting worse, and I thought I have to go home. So I drove home, unloaded all the bags myself back into the kitchen, and the pain just carried on. It just carried on all throughout, but it didn't have a rhythm. And then by the evening it just settled down. I decided not to ring the midwife or do anything, kind of act on it, because I thought, well, the plan is that even if I do go into labour, I want to stay at home for as long as possible before I go to hospital. So that's why I decided to wait until it got really bad, or until I could find a pattern, and there wasn't. So I just thought, this must be Braxton Hicks contractions, and they are just getting more intense and more painful. So for those of you who don't know what Braxton Hicks are, they're just kind of practice contractions that your body does to get your uterus kind of practicing for labour. They're very common, everybody gets them, nothing to worry about that I'm aware of, that I'm just told it's totally normal. But like I said, all the Braxton Hicks I've been getting have just been very uncomfortable. They've not actually been painful, so that's why there was a bit of a difference. So that was that, and then the next day I went to see the midwife, and everything seemed relatively normal. The bloods again still exactly the same, still a bit low here and there, but nothing unusual for me. And he still was presenting kind of breech, so I thought to myself, oh, and she said, oh, well, they'll probably offer you at the hospital is it EVG? I can't remember, when they actually move the baby, and it's quite painful apparently. So I thought, oh no, I really don't want that to happen. And I was getting to the point where I thought, oh, you know, if he doesn't turn soon, then, because she did say, you know, if he doesn't make a turn soon, then they could potentially just, you know, get you in for a C-section. And I thought, oh, great, because that isn't the kind of birth that I really want. I would like to have a normal vaginal birth. So I went for my scan this morning. So first thing this morning, my husband came back from work, hadn't slept all night, came back, and he came with me to the scan, and he had turned in the night. And his head is supposed to be, obviously, if my legs are here, his head's supposed to be down there, and then he's like back and his legs kind of thing. But he's not quite round yet, but nevertheless, he has done a little turn. So his head's kind of in front there, and his bum's here, and his legs are down here, which is why I've been feeling his legs going into my sides rather than in my ribs. I'm not feeling any of that yet. So he still has a little way to go, but nevertheless, he has turned, so that's really good. He's very, very, very small. He's right on the kind of teeny tiny percentile line. They're not worried about it because he's in proportion, but he is very small. So he weighs something like, oh, the guesstimated weight is something like just shy of like 4 pounds 1 or something. I think she said literally just 4 pounds. So that's tiny for him. But again, we're small people, and she's not particularly concerned. There's still plenty of time, so that's good. So what else? And also as well with the growth scans, so many people, I've been listening to a lot of mothers with experience. Sometimes I think they are the best people to ask, and they have all said to me, you know, in their growth scans they were told this and the baby came out like that, and none of the growth scans that people have ever told me about have ever been accurate. So I'm actually kind of just ignoring it, because I bet you they tell me that he weighs this now and he's small, that, you know, he's small, but he comes out and he'll be either chunky or he'll be tall, long, or, you know, I bet something, he won't be what they say in the scan. So, but that's fine. So other than symptoms, so the scan went really well. So other than that, there's been no kind of other symptoms. I still luckily haven't got any stretch marks, so I'm kind of pleased about that. A lot of people have sort of asked me questions as to what to do or what I've done to prevent stretch marks, and stretch marks are very much something that's actually quite genetic. So if your mother, if the females in your family get stretch marks, then chances are you may as well. And also weight gain. If you gain quite a bit of weight during pregnancy, then you're more likely to get stretch marks. I have actually lost quite a lot of weight in this pregnancy. I gained quite a bit at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I hit my 3rd trimester, I lost quite a lot of weight, and unfortunately I haven't managed to maintain that, which is probably why the baby hasn't grown very much, because they take from your fat stores, they don't take from what you're eating. So you can eat whatever you want now, but the baby doesn't get from that. The baby gets from your stores that you have, and I had very limited stores to begin with, and even less now. So that could have contributed as to why he's quite small. Well, that's what they've said anyway. But you know, we're so late on now that there's no point in me kind of trying my best to gain the extra weight, because I physically cannot fit it all the food in my stomach. And a lot of the problem is I've just completely lost my appetite. I have no appetite whatsoever. I don't really know what I want to eat either. So I've just been very kind of picky with my food rather than eating meals, especially heavy meals. So yeah. I think the best that I ate was probably this weekend. We had some friends come around this weekend, so that was probably the best I've eaten in a long time. But anyway, so there's that. My rings are still fitting. What else? I'm still in my maternity clothes. I haven't bought any new maternity clothes. The nursery still needs to be done. I'm still waiting for that to be done. I wanted to finish off the mural myself, but I tried, and because of my centre of gravity, I ended up wobbling and nearly falling off the kind of step ladder thing. So my husband's going to try and get on with that, but he's just working flat out at the moment because of the floods. And yeah, we had a few issues with my engagement ring, and he was quite upset about that and promised me that he would get me a new ring. So he did, and it's absolutely stunning. So I'm so pleased that he put that in a bag of chocolates, which was really lovely. And also yesterday is my 30th birthday. I've actually been off Facebook, so I don't know that many people even know it's my 30th birthday today. I decided to come off just because I wasn't getting anything done, the things that I needed to be doing and preparing, and I wanted to spend some time focusing on myself and things around the home rather than just constantly scrolling up and down my newsfeed and what everyone else is doing. So I just wanted to kind of focus on me. So yeah, and I've been wanting to finish off some crafts, and actually I will show you. I'm currently crocheting a baby blanket for our little boy, and I've been making loads of these little crochet squares, and I am gonna stitch them all together, and I've got quite a good amount now. I've got about 10, yeah, and I probably need this kind of again and a half, and then I should hopefully have enough to make a baby blanket. So yeah, fingers crossed I get that done before he arrives, and when it is done I will of course show you. And then one of my best friends sent me this book as well, which is absolutely stunning. It's I don't know if it's hand or machine embroidered on kind of like a really, really beautiful fabric. It's like a book cover, and she thought it would be a really good book to document and stick pictures in, kind of like a baby scrapbook, which I think is really lovely. And because it comes off as well, the cover, so I can use this cover again and wash it as well if it was to get dirty and things, so which I'm sure it won't. But so that's that. And my other best friend bought me loads of craft products, craft type things for me to do. She bought some like pamper things as well for my birthday, so that was really, really lovely. And there's some things as well, like creams and stuff, which I thought would be really good for my hospital bag because they come in small bottles. And I wanted to show you this, because this is something I bought. I'll show you this way. This is something I've bought this week, and it's by a company called Phoenix Cards. So if you look online, you might be able to get them. They're kind of like Avon, like you usually get independent sellers, and there's a lady in our area that sells them, and all the kind of art and illustrations on the cards, so it could be all kinds of cards, birthdays cards, gift cards, thank you cards, moving hat, like all kinds of cards, also like family planners, to-do lists, gift wrap, loads of stuff. And I found this babysitter notes, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's like you can even use it for the dog, and you can just put the name of whoever's looking after them, and then the name of your child, age, we will be at, the house number is, you are here, food allergies, bedtime routine, lots of just fun stuff, and I thought it was just so lovely. So it'll be a while before our son has a babysitter, but I'm really looking forward to using that. So that's pretty much it. Probably a really boring 35-week update, but it's all good news so far, so we've just got to sit back now and wait for him to arrive, really. They had expected him to perhaps come early because of the situation with my bloods, my weight, his size, but actually they think that we'd be fine to kind of carry on through. I don't have a consultation appointment until another 4 weeks, which by that point I will be nearly 40 weeks, so I may have even had him by then, and I hope I've had him by then. I really would like him to come kind of earlier in when I'm term, so like next week would be really lovely, because I'm just feeling getting fed up now. So yeah, that's it. I am going to be doing a video after this, although I don't know if I'm going to upload it until tomorrow, on pregnancy after infertility, and kind of talking about the anxieties that pregnant mothers who have gone through fertility treatment or had episodes of infertility may face. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you next week. Bye! My bum